Hmm. Hello. Hi. What's up? My, in case you don't know me, my name is Sean Pleakin. I just wanted to do an update on my layout real quick, as well as talk about recent things that have been going on. It's been a while since I did the last one. The last time I did one, I think, was back in March when my parents were in North Carolina near Raleigh, looking for a house that they wanted to live if they were to retire. So I just thought I might show you a quick update. As you can see, it's a little bit messy, but not for long. I got the mountain area cover I just recently painted. And in case you hear here, add some more grass right here and a right here. That have for a while since 2018. It's going to be permanent. I'm not sure if it's going to be a permanent station, but we'll see. And I'm going to see if I can fix the wires or there, as well as make a better connection. My plan is to, once I'm done with the Edison show in August, I'm going to balance the track and our stuff to make it look realistic and the other stuff. I would use the track balance and stuff. Oh yeah. So I think I have a balance sort of thing. I apologize if I was not in the video. It looks like I have some balance there. I think it's probably behind over here. Sorry. I think I'll let you know a while. So what I'm going to tell you is that I'm finally have this. So I want to show you this real quick before it and yes, here's my business card for my DVD business. I just wanted to show it to you real quick. No, huh? What was that? Oh, sorry, it was that. My apologies. Right now, I'm trying to make the grass look realistic. Here's the. Oops, sorry. Yeah. So, in so I'll give you a quick update about my life. Just a second. All right. So what's been going on lately is that I've been kind of busy. So I apologize if it took a while. And if you didn't notice that short video, it was not uploaded by me. It was uploaded by my fifth grade teacher, Mrs. Blodgett. Her shout out to Stacy Blodgett for giving that, which she was my fifth grade teacher back in 2012 to 2013. Yeah, and other stuff. And I'm having two ideas I'm thinking about. I want to do a little more trips on my own without needing my parents' help. And there are a few things I have two ideas I want to do in like either September or late September or early October. Is that I'm going to think of taking two optional routes of Amtrak. Because one route option I have is to take the Texas Eagle. I will take the 490, don't worry, to Chicago and back on the 480. I would take one route I could possibly take could be the Texas Eagle to either San Antonio or Dallas Fort Worth because I would want to maybe try a Dairy Queen in Texas. It's really different than the ones in the other states. Like, for example, they have a burger called a Hunger Buster. It's kind of like a Burger King Whopper, except it doesn't use a sesame seed bun. Instead, it uses a normal one, and it has mustard on it instead of mayonnaise, kind of like a Whataburger sort of style. Even though I never ate at that place before, I think I saw a Whataburger at the Dallas Fort Worth Airport when I was before I switched flights to San Francisco. I think I might have saw my first Whataburger in person, knowing for proof they existed even though I was a little neutral at one restaurant because of one employee refused to serve food to a police officer, which, yeah, everyone has bad days. But I would be, yeah, I would never want, if I worked at a place, I would never want to refuse to serve anything to anyone. Naturally, not even a police officer or firefighter. That wouldn't be good. So please don't treat these people with respect just like you gotta treat trains with respect, regardless if you like the ALC 42s or not. Just treat them respect. Don't even vandalize them or even try for them. And or and stuff. I know my cousin Ryan, he lives in Texas in San Antonio. So along with his wife. And I've been thinking about his family in the state because of that flood that took place in Texas, which was pretty unfortunate. How many kids and many families, 4th of July's lives were ruined. And because of that risk, because it happened that night, I hate to say this, I think I want to discontinue sleeping without these cochlear implants on because of that potential thing. It's due to a lot of reasons. First of all, if I lived on my own, say like it, wherever it's a house or not, even though I really want to live in a house, but the biggest problem I would have, what if there was something more dangerous than a fire or something? Like, what if there was a tornado, a flood, or any kind of disaster risk? I want emergencies on just in case if I hear any emergency or regardless wireless or non-wireless, because I want to be hooked to stations and to keep myself informed if any disaster took place. And I also want to stay in touch with my regardless neighbors actually. But if I moved in, I would have to introduce myself to some of them and let them know about my condition and stuff. Now, now, don't worry. My cousin's okay. No one in his family got injured or killed. They also had a little thing they ribbon they had on tree to honor those victims. So yeah, let's change subjects because I don't want you to feel too sad or anything. Or choice two of Amtrak, I could take the Southwest Cheat to New Mexico to see the very last set of four seagulls. Now, if you don't know this, a set four seagull is really different than the target seagulls we see nowadays. What makes them special? I'll show you demonstrating how it works. These have been replaced by target seagulls that look like this, actually. The set four seagulls, they look a lot like this, actually. At my arm like this, for example, this would go up to say it's clear that a train you could clear. If it's at male restricted speed, but don't go too fast. If it's down, it means to stop and need no train proceed. I just want to see that before they get replaced by newer target seagulls. It's such an extremely rare thing that's a rarity nowadays. I just want to see that before they get replaced. Just like how I want to see if I could try and take the V-Rails Canadian from Vancouver to Toronto before they get replaced by newer passenger cars. Which I don't know how long it's going to last, but who knows what the future might hold. Now, if you hold on, I'm just going to have a little quick Mexican Coca-Cola just to keep myself energized. Now, if you hold on. I gotta say, Mexican Coca-Cola tastes better than United States one. See that? I'm hoping to go to Costa Rica someday, maybe sometime in like December before Christmas, because I want to know what's it like in an area that's warm before Christmas. Just want to have an experience on my lifetime, as well as a place where it never changes the seasons. Would be interesting. I might want to live if I retire or something, working completely. I want to move to Peru or something. I'm thinking about. Yeah. Because I heard the equator interesting about no hurricanes, typhoons, or cyclones across the equator, which is pretty interesting. So it doesn't really matter. Yeah. Hold on, just give me a sec. That's all I'm going to drink for this stream. Just put this away. Now, another thing I forgot to mention, I finally have the last railroad crossing sign through the road. I'm planning is to get this layout completely done before I gotta say November or December. I want to get this layout completely working. And I also would want to, once I finish the layout, maybe replace these with the benchworks that are underneath here. These are some of the benchworks that you can put underneath the layout to hook up and stuff. I'll have to get a saw to get those stuff. Interesting. This one's made in New Zealand, in case I know. I bought one from Home Depot in case if you didn't watch my last one to honor the founder of Home Depot who died back in November of 2024. I think I got this the day after Election Day, in case if you're wondering. And here's another one in case if you want to know if I have more of them or not. I think we took out the price tag of this one. I think. Huh. Yeah. Yeah, and also another thing I just want to clarify is that I officially got the rights to 10 books and videos. from Coast because I want to be closer to his family after the fact that Todd died last year back in August 8th, 2024. I want to see if I could try to save their store from going out of business. That would be something. Just like how some big lot stores have been completely saved actually from going out of business. When I was on my way to the last Kmart in Miami, I stopped at one of those that was safe from going out of business in Pennsylvania. I think it was near Harrisburg, even though it was central Pennsylvania, not in those sections. So yeah, interesting fact is that this toilet rubber. I actually do remember buying this back in May, so I could get from Big Lots actually the one we had here, so I could make the layout look more realistic. So yeah, and I think I have something on my watch. So. Yes. Another project I'm thinking of doing is building my own road. Actually, I have a black paint ring on it, so I can know where the road should go. And one of the modifications I would want to do is that if I have a place to live or something, I might make some modifications real quick. Like, I think I might want to expand this section for a future work so it could go on, not just a simple loop, but I'll probably think I might want to add, let's say, like a switch here so it could go into a different location at a bigger house. And I good news is that I found a similar trap at a store similar like this, but kind of just like it, except it's a different brand online and stuff or Model Train Home Shop. Online exclusive store. And I'm going to use it so I can finish filling the gaps in here in other spots. And so I can allow the balance and stuff. And so you may say that again. And I also have this. It's a stethoscope, so I could see inside to make some modifications. And I also have. I'm going to use this to make a little lake over here. And then later on, at a beach that looks like the Pacific Ocean in my future area, I would want the layout to be stretching from California, from the West Coast, all the way to Chicago, and maybe West as well as maybe some parts of New York or something. That would be something interesting. And another thing I want to say is that I'm going to tell you some future videos I'm planning. First of all, there's only one that is a train layout, so I'll save that one for last. So, my plan is that I'm going to the next compilation video I'll make before I do a music song one is that I want to make a video of featuring all the footage I caught of Entertainment Junction. You heard that right. If you didn't know, on some of my music videos, you've probably seen there were some footages at Entertainment Junction that once existed in Cincinnati, Ohio. It's too bad that place closed down January of this year, actually, on January 5th of 2025. I was 14 years old at that time, going to be 15 on August in 2016. I went there in July of 2016 as part of a Ohio, Pennsylvania, and West Virginia tour. I did. I recall being this place. I want to post all the videos of that place to kind of tribute to that place. Fortunately, most of the trains have been sold off to Chattanooga, Tennessee. I've never been to Tennessee to stay before, but I hope to go there maybe to see that new one. And to be honest, I'm not sure what zombie I want to do next time. The last time I did It's Great to Be Engine for the 80th anniversary since the Railway Series books came out. I was, as well as the Freedom Train, to celebrate the 50th anniversary since that took place. My next one I'm thinking of doing is probably my next one I would want to do is probably maybe either James Copley or a very famous train song would be even better. Like, I think I know a perfect one. How about um there's the night train one, not the one from Thomas, but a different one that I think sounds a little better than Thomas one. I did that one technically to honor Burial Croft, and as well as maybe doing the some. I would also want to do maybe a special intro to like that looks sort of like the intro would be. So I know a perfect song. How about the one of the James Copley songs I have not done in my life is definitely the I know. How about the this is one of my favorites actually. Is well some James Copley songs I did include Railroads of America, Stringliners, well the prototype one, and Legends of the Rails, and New York Central Goes to the Rails, Freedom Train, Aboard the Train, and some others, and Thanks Again. I was thinking I would want to do maybe the sort of the the how about a pretty funny one? How about sorry if it's taking a while. I would maybe do. Oh, I forgot. I almost forgot. Home Sweet Home, and I'm an engineer, and I would maybe do maybe this train along with this train could be one idea along with some others. And the one trains I want to do that's not James Copley would be Chattanooga or Choo Choo or something. Would be interesting. And now I did some brainstorm ideas I would want to do as a resolution with some ideas of some future videos I want to do. Then after I mention those, I'll talk about the other thing I want to do. Well, one idea is to explore an abandoned train station that isn't used, a passenger one, if it's close by. I know there's one in Buffalo that they're now restoring, but I was thinking maybe a small one, not too big, but I hope to go there someday. Or show how trains change the world and stuff. I would use a trains game actually to show how they change because I'm better, easier animating in trains game than other stuff. I'm going to find some ways to make some good animation stuff. I think I might want to join an animating class so I could get better at those. I might want to feature a little cartoon character or something in one of my future videos or stuff. That would be something interesting to add. And as well as maybe show how when my layout stuff, maybe show how it was amazing and show time lapse how I made it. I think that's all the ideas I think. I did four of them actually. I can't remember what the fourth one was. Oh, where you can find steam engines. That's what it was. Good thing I mentioned before I switched topics. I'm planning to do ES scenario number 3. It's going to be the final one before I place these videos under hiatus. You may be wondering why? Well, not many people have been making these videos as they once were, because a Crime Ranger 143 was involved in a prior pedophile scandal back in October 2023, and no, I'm not leaving these videos or quitting watching these videos. It's just that there are not much many people doing it. I particularly did the Tri-State Tornado 2 scenario to stop climate change and stuff. You know what I mean? Well, this one would take place one day after the last day of the Summer Los Angeles Olympics came to an end back in 2020, August 30, I'm at 20. Well, the Olympics will end the day before. I don't know if that's the actual day when the Olympics end, but it's close to end summer, where a 9.6 earthquake struck the Cascade of Seductions fault line, followed by several aftershocks. A tsunami striking the Pacific Ocean with the wave had the same height as the former Sears. I mean, not just the same height as the Sears Tower in Chicago. It had the same height as the level where the first plane hit at the World Trade Center in New York City. That it had the same height as the Twin Towers that once existed in New York City. Well, I don't want to affect the 9/11 victims, so no. And after that earthquake was done in September, once things were some very strange abnormal things happened. Several sulfur dioxide, carbon dioxide, as well as cracks in the ground, and some animals migrating to an area where they've never been. Like some bears have even relocated to the country of Mexico or Grizzly or northern Canada. Strange. And then USGS has found some information, U.S. Geological Survey. In addition, the earthquake causes a huge domino effect. In addition to the Cascade volcanoes at risk, it also awakens several supervolcanoes, including 2 extinct ones that unexpectedly came back to life, including one in Colorado and Utah, as well as the 3 others, the one Valley Caldera in California, one in New Mexico, as well as one in Silver Throne in Canada, and most notable Yellowstone National Park. Where then a worst case scenario is that they finally confirmed it was true on October 29th into the 30th of 2020. As soon as they contact emergency management agencies in Alberta. Then what appeared to be on October 31st, Halloween date of 2020 at 6:39 p.m. Mountain Time, Mountain Daylight Time, or Central Time, wherever, as well as the other one, Pacific, where they issue an immediate evacuation, where in the middle of the time when kids are trick-or-treating, made them evacuate as hard as they could, actually. Some were still in their Halloween costumes, even a few days after Halloween was over. It caused one of the worst evacuations. I mean, like, several times worse than a hurricane or a wildfire evacuation. So, a whole bunch of people were in the eastern U.S. and Canada, as well as in certain areas where they would experience the least amount of ashfall. Well, which the Cascade volcanoes would experience a VI5 eruption for. Well, let me see. The 6 supervolcanoes, 5 in U.S. and 1 in Canada, will experience a VI eruption. Some people thought it was going to be VI 9 or 10, but they were dead wrong. It downgraded. So that wasn't good. Well, because of it, a lot of people got worried if that Halloween was going to be the very last Halloween they'll experience lifetime. Sorry, it would be as the war was coming to an end. Yeah, which just not sure how long it's going to be when the next 9 earthquake strikes the Pacific Northwest. Who knows if it might cost one or not? That's all I think. But If several supervolcanoes were erupt, there would be one positive side, despite it's going to kill a lot of people. They could block out the sunlight away from the Earth, actually, which would cool the temperature. It might even stop the climate change from getting worse. Despite there would be no one cars or any poisonous things around. Like, if when an eruption occurs, the ash blocks out the sunlight away from the Earth, reflective. So yeah, it might take several decades for it to normal. So yeah, they both erupted. The Cascade volcanoes erupted in less than 3 hours, while those super volcanoes erupted in several days, possibly on the day the 2 days after election day of 2028. So around that day, who knows? So yeah, I hope you all join. If you don't know, please like, comment, subscribe to my channel, turn on notification bell, and every single time I upload a new video. I have 2 shows to work at before I close. I have one on July 29th and 27th in Oak, Pennsylvania, and the one in Anniston, New Jersey on August 9th and 10th. The day before, I'm going to go to New York City for my doctor's appointment. That's where I usually go for my cohort inputs. I've been to New York City a couple times before, as you may know. All right, talk to you later. Thanks for watching. Take care, suit yourself, and we'll focus on next video pretty soon.